Hey everyone, this is Dhruveen, and in this session we will be discussing about how we can always call SharePoint REST APIs with admin consent from Power Automate. So now let's get started and talk about the business requirement. Now first of all, let me talk about the business requirement. Here I have one SharePoint site named Eatery Mall, and in Eatery Mall site I have one group named approvers. In approver groups I have added 3 different members over here. Now my business requirement is something that I want to find out the member of that group and display them to the Power Apps. Now let's say in order to get these group members in Power Apps, I need to call my Power Automate flow, which will call the group API from SharePoint, and that will give me the name of the groups and that will provide me the name of the members. Now we all know that when we create any Power Automate flow, that will run based on the current user's context. So let's say as a Dhruveen's user I am pressing the button in Power Apps, then it will call the flow with Dhruveen's context. Now let's say for an example, if I am pressing the button from Amanda's user, then the flow will be run with respect to Amanda's context. But Amanda is not a part of this particular group, meaning she will not be able to access these group members over there. Now I do not need to have that type of functionality. I always want to call my REST API with respect to admin user. So how can I achieve that? I am going to explain you that step-by-step procedure throughout this session. Here we are going to compare 2 different actions. One is send an HTTP request to SharePoint, and second one is only HTTP request. So when we use send an HTTP request to SharePoint, basically this will run based on the current user's context. So what happens here is when Amanda is trying to access this REST API, she will not be able to get the members from that particular group. Now I need a permanent solution for that. For that we are going to use SharePoint REST API, and for that we are actually making our connection based on client ID and client secret. We are not going to use any user credential over here. So what happen here is no matter from which user the button is being clicked, it will give all the information from the REST API. So let's get started with that procedure in detail over here. So first of all, let me open up my site here. So let me just duplicate this page. So this is my site Eatery Mall. Now basically what I want to do here is I want to register the application at site collection level in SharePoint. This is the first important step that we need to perform. Now let me show you how we can register that particular application. Now in order to register the application at site collection level, basically we need to type _layout 15 and app register new.aspx. So this is the URL for the same. So let me just copy this URL and add it to Notepad, so you will be getting better idea. So this is your site, and after that you need to add _layouts 15 and app register new.aspx, APPREGNEW.aspx. you need to add this URL. So now let's hit enter. This will redirect you to this page. Now here what we need to do here is in client ID, let's click on generate. So this will generate the client ID for you. Similar way you need to generate the client secret. So let's generate the client secret. Now we need to generate the title for our app. So basically I'm just giving the app name as Eatery app. So I'm just giving this name. Now here you just need to provide the app domain. So I'm just simply typing here at this moment www.localhost.com, and similar way in redirect URL I'm just passing https localhost.com. So I'm just typing this URL here. Now let's just click on create, and the app has been registered successfully. Now we just need to copy this information for future use. So I'm just opening my Notepad file and I'm just pasting this over here for our future reference. Once you register this app, after that what we need to do here is we need to open one more URL. So basically the another URL is appinv.aspx. So on the top you just simply need to type appinv.aspx. Rest of the syntax will as it is and just hit an enter. Now I'm just providing this URL over here so you will be getting better idea. So basically I just added appinv.aspx, this one, right? Now here what we need to do here is first of all we need to provide the app ID and click on lookup over here. So basically in the earlier steps we have copied this thing, so basically we just need to copy this client ID and need to add the same thing over here into app ID section and just click on lookup. So once you click on lookup, it will populate all the information that we have registered in the step 1. Now here you need to provide the request XML over here. So basically now I want to call my REST API based on the admin user. So I want to grant site collection level right to my users. So for that I need to write some line of code, and don't worry, I'm going to provide this code in the description box or on my GitHub account, so you can directly download it from there. So basically the bracket is app permission request, allow pop-up only policy is equal to true. Then in second one, app permission request scope is equal to site collection and write is equal to full control, meaning my API will always triggered based on the full control rights. So basically now in order to call my REST API I do not need to provide any connection. I simply need to provide client ID and client secret for this site collection. That's the only thing that we are going to have. Now just click on create. After that it will ask that this app is going to provide the full control of the site collection and let it share its permission with other users and let it access the basic information about the user of this site, and you just need to simply click on trust it. So let's just click on trust it, and this is how our app is being registered into SharePoint. Right now the registered application has the full control. Now we need to call our REST API with respect to the registered app's client ID and client secret. So we are not going to use any individual user's connection over here. Now let's create a flow and let's call our SharePoint REST API with the admin consent using Power Automate. Now few things that we need to consider before we get started over here. One important thing that I am providing the export of this flow to my GitHub account, so you can directly download it from there and practice more on that. Second thing is that I would definitely recommend my another video where I have parsed complex JSON structure. So whenever we are parsing some JSON over here into this flow, you will be getting better idea. The link is available in the description box. So first of all, I just have taken here manual trigger flow. You can have any trigger over here. Let's say this trigger is something that is called from Power Virtual Agents or Power Apps as well. So based on your requirement, this trigger is being changed. Second thing is that I am going to initialize 4 different variables. One is client ID, second is client secret, third is tenant name, and fourth is tenant ID. Right now these values we are exactly getting from the step 1 that we have stored. Remember in the earlier step we have stored all the values in the notepad. So client ID is something that we are getting from here, client secret is something that we are getting here. So both of this value we need to copy and paste exactly over here. Then in the tenant name we need to provide the name for your tenant. So this is something that you can easily identify using your default environment. So here you can see that my default environment is dsha27. So basically this is my tenant name. Or also you can just open up your email address and just check that what is the domain that is available here. So dsha27 is something that is the name of my tenant. So I just need to provide that. After that you need to provide tenant ID. Now this is one additional step that we need to perform. Tenant ID is something that we can easily identify from the Azure. So you just need to open portal.azure.com. Then you just need to click on ellipsis on the left navigation, and from here you need to click on Azure Active Directory. So basically this will open a page which will provide us the tenant ID. So here you can see this is my tenant ID. So let's copy that and let's paste the same over here with my tenant ID. Right, so these are the 4 variables that we have defined in the flow. So hope so far we are good with it. Now we want to call our SharePoint REST API with the admin user. Now to call the APIs with admin user, basically we need access token, and access token is something that we can identify with the HTTP request. So you just need to click on plus icon, click on add action, and just need to click on HTTP. So you will be finding this HTTP request over here. So you just need to select HTTP, and that will provide you this many of options over here. So let me just remove that and let me explain you with already the thing that I have done. So this is the method that I have added. Now you just need to add post method because you need access token. Then you need to provide this URI, which is https accounts.accesscontrol.windows.net / your tenant id / tokens / o authentication /2. And in content type we need to provide this content type over here, and in body we need to provide body over here. Now how to define body, let me explain you. Just expand this particular action. Here I have name body, then in value we just need to configure few things. So first thing is grant type is equal to client credential. Client ID is the client ID variable that we have identified in above step. Then after @ you just need to provide here tenant ID. So make sure that you need to change this thing over here. So this is your tenant ID. Then in client secret, this is your client secret variable. And resource, this is the static thing, you don't need to change that anywhere. Then after that you need to provide tenant name .sharepoint.com, and here you just need to configure your tenant ID. So this is how you can prepare your body, and the same body you need to pass over here into this action. After that, in compose action I just parse that JSON and I am getting access token from that action. So for that I just use formula, just hover over it and that will give you the formula. The formula is inside body, the name of the action, that is get access token from SharePoint, and then we need to provide access token, access_token, so that will give you the access token over here, right? So access token I am getting here. Now you need to call one more HTTP action to call our group API. So I'm just click on get HTTP action and added get method. In get method I'm just providing the REST API, that HTTP /API /web /site groups /get by name. The group name is approvers. I need the users from the approver groups, so I just use this URI. We need to provide headers. One is accept and second is authorization. In headers we need to provide two parameters. One is accept, the value of accept is here. Authorization, in authorization we need to provide barrier token, so you just need to type barrier, then you need to provide one space, and after that whatever the output of this compose action we need to provide it over here. So this is my get groups method. Now whatever the outcome that we are getting from these get groups, we are just passing that. So we just use select thing and we are just providing get groups body /d, and from that we are just parsing the results, and from results we are passing email, claims, display name, department, job title and picture. And here is the formula, that item / user principal name, login name and title. How did I parse this JSON? I explained this entire procedure in one of my video, that how you can parse the complex JSON structure in SharePoint and Power Automate. So just go through that video and you will be getting better idea, or just download this flow from GitHub account and just hover over it and you will be getting every formula over there. And after that we are just sending the response over here. So that's the end goal. Now let's test this result and let's check that if we are getting perfect result over there or not. So I'm just performing one trigger action over here and just clicking on test, and now I'm clicking on run flow. Let's click on done, and the flow ran successfully. So first of all it initialize all the variable, client ID, client secret, tenant name, tenant ID. Then it prepared the body over here. The body will be looking like this. Grant type is equal to client credentials, client ID is equal to this one @tenant name, then client secret is equal to this one, resource is equal to this one. This is my tenant name, and after that at last we would be having our tenant ID. So this is the body that is being prepared. Now it is calling this particular HTTP request, and post call will be looking like this, In body we are passing this entire body, in headers we are passing this one, and in response it is giving me the access token. So this is the body of the request, and from here we are getting this barrier token. So in body we are getting this access token. So basically in compose we are just parsing that body and get access token from there. So access token is stored here. Now after that we just need to call our group API. So group API will be looking like this. Approvers users we need to find. In headers we just pass this accept and authorization barrier token that we have found from above step, we just provided that, and in response we are getting this all the user. So from D, and inside that results I'm getting the entire result set over here, that who is the user, username, then user principal name, and all the information that we found here, email, claims, display name, department, job title. So we are just parsing that and sending that as a response. So this is how we can call our SharePoint REST API with admin consent in Power Automate. Isn't that amazing? One more thing, during this example we have find out the group users from the SharePoint group, but here instead of group users you can take any other example. Let's say if you want to find out the items from the list, even that you can use the SharePoint REST API and call that with the admin consent. So here the beauty of this flow is that we don't have any SharePoint connections over here. So let's say for an example, if I'm going here and go to the connections that and just check that there are no connection for this particular flow. So everything is called based on the client ID and client secret. So even if the user do not have a part of this particular group or not having an access, but it will get the desired information that we wanted to display on Power Apps or Power Virtual Agent or anywhere that we wish to have. So this is how we can call our Power Automate flow for SharePoint REST API with admin consent. If you have any question or suggestion, you can add your question or suggestion in the comment section. I will happy to hear from you. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from my channel. Stay tuned with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter and podcast. If you wish to listen different Power Platform related podcasts, just click on this link. It will be redirecting you to this page. Here you can listen your favorite Power Platform related podcast on your favorite podcast platform like Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify and much more. Also, if you wish to receive daily notification about all my new videos on your WhatsApp number, click on this link. It will be redirecting you to this form. Fill the form and you will be receiving daily notification about all my new videos on your WhatsApp number. This is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next session. Have a great day. Goodbye.